Hey guys, Sethly here, back with another Apex Legends video. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. In today's video, I wanted to cover some more leaks that have been data mined, and if you don't already know, there is a huge amount of developer data left in the files with the Iron Crown Collection event update, and that one mining guy was able to see a ton of new information on upcoming updates and potential new characters. As always, full credit goes to that one mining guy for all of the leaks. I'll link him down in the description. Now obviously, since this is just data mined information, anything could change before Respawn makes these updates, as well as some of these leaked legends have multiple different abilities besides just a passive, tactical, and ultimate, so it is a bit hard to tell which ability is which and whether or not all of the abilities will be a feature on the legend. But before I get into the new leaks, if you guys do enjoy the video, then don't forget to hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, then make sure to hit that sub button. It's the best way to support the channel. On to the leaked legends abilities and all the information that we know about them. I'm going to be covering the remaining leaked characters that I didn't cover in my previous video, so if you haven't seen that, then make sure to go check it out and learn about the leaks for Crypto, Rose, and Blackout. I'll also put the timestamps of each legend that I cover in this video on screen right now for you guys so you know what time I cover them. Starting off with Skunner, his nickname is the Crafty Trapper, so it looks like we might get a new trap type legend in the future. The first ability is called Debris Trap, and it allows you to drop a pile of debris that slows and damages enemies when they move through it. Now I'm not too sure what the debris actually is, but it seems to be his tactical ability. Now on to the next ability, which is called Light Step, and this ability allows Skunner to not be slowed by debris traps and not leave traversal evidence for trackers. I'm assuming this means that he won't leave clues for Bloodhound's passive, as well as he won't get slowed down by his own traps and enemy Skunner traps. I'm pretty sure you can still get slowed by other types of traps besides debris traps, and obviously this looks to be his passive. Lastly, we have what seems to be the ultimate ability. It's called Skilltron Barrier Grenade, and it instantly creates a spiked barrier, and depending on how big the barrier is and how much damage it does, as well as if it can be destroyed, this definitely has potential to be a very useful ability. Next, we have Jericho, also known as Frontline. The first ability I think is the tactical and is called Ballistic Shield. This is a full body shield that protects you from incoming fire, so a bit like Gibraltar's gun shield but on your whole body. Now I'm assuming it will have a pretty long cooldown and somewhat low durability because it might be too overpowered if it didn't have that. But onto the passive called On Your Sixth. This passive makes it so the ballistic shield protects your back when you are not actively using it with your tactical. This skill makes me super excited because it could help a lot with third parties and getting shot in the back, so I'm definitely hyped about that. But the last ability is the ultimate, I think, and it's called Shield Breaker Javelins. So when activated, you can throw 2 electronically charged javelins that burn through enemy body shields. Honestly, it sounds super cool, so I really hope they don't change much about Jericho before he is released. Now on to Prophet, aka Seer the Scout Sniper. This set of abilities is ideal for a long range playstyle. First we have Spotter Trap, which allows Seer to scan the environment and gather information on the targets that are found. Potentially that could give information like their health and shield. But the next ability is called Triple Trap, which is most likely the ultimate, and if you use it then you equip a silent sniper with 3 shots, as well as the passive gives you improved accuracy while aiming down sight, as well as you can start the game with a scope. Personally, I think this is definitely one of the best leaked set of abilities, but I'm curious about the gun and if it will be a new gun instead of the longbow or Kraber or something like that for the ultimate. I think that would be really cool if it was a new type of sniper, but we'll just have to wait and see. Blisk is known as the elite mercenary, and he is a bit different because we know some of his lore. So he was an IMC pilot from Titanfall 1 and 2, and he acted as the ranking commander and a contracted mercenary. He's also rumored to have created the Apex games, and his first ability is called Throwing Knife, and if you hit an enemy it does 20 damage and marks the target, so when you kill the marked target you are rewarded double credits. The next ability is called Payday. It makes it so squad kills award credits, and you can spend these credits on powerful supplies. And then the ability called Bounty Reward is where you can spend your credits on select rewards. And the last ability is called Interrogation, and when you execute an enemy it reveals the location of their allies for 10 seconds. This set of abilities seems fairly balanced, and it might be a really good character to use for high kill games depending on what type of loot you can get with the credits. Next we have Nomad the Field Crafter. The first ability is called Loot Compass, and if you follow the compass it leads you to the nearest item. I'm assuming this means any item at all, including weapons, heals, and everything else. Nomad's next ability is called Crafting Table, kind of like Minecraft, and he can place a crafting table down and scrap salvageable material to purchase items. My guess is that the scrapped material is what you use to purchase items, but I'm not really too sure what type of material he is scrapping. It could just be extra ammo and stuff he isn't using. But lastly, we have Pack Mule, which is an ability that gives Nomad and his teammates additional backpack space. So out of all Nomad's abilities, I think the extra backpack space is definitely my favorite, but definitely make sure to let me know if you guys would like a character that has the ability to have more items in his backpack. But on to Downfall, the Populous Pyromaniac. The first ability is called Fire's Sail, and it drops a box of 4 Molotovs that anyone in your squad can pick up and throw. I don't think these Molotovs are thermites, but hopefully they explode with splash damage and not burn in a straight line like thermites. There's also an extra ability called Molotov Cocktail, which is just where you throw a bomb that sets enemies on fire. Next, we have Rain of Fire. When fired, a cascade of incendiary rockets are emitted. And the last ability is called Burning Anger. Dealing damage builds rage, and filling your rage makes you immune to fire for 20 seconds, which definitely could be useful because those thermites really can do a lot of damage if you stand in them for too long. Let's get onto Husaria, which his nickname is Hard Breacher. The Flashbang is his first ability, and he throws a grenade that briefly blinds and deafens opponents, which I've been waiting for this for a very long time. I thought it would make its way into the game through an ordnance like a nade or a thermite, but it actually does seem to be that there will be a ability that is a flashbang, which I'm happy about, very similar to Bangalore's smoke grenade. But onto the Concussive Breaching Charge, which is another ability that is listed under Husaria, and you can plant a breaching charge that fires a sonic wave through walls to destroy traps, force open doors, and disorient enemies. So I'm assuming that when you disorient an enemy, then it is similar to what you see and feel when you are running through like a grenade strike that is your teammates, so you just get really slow and you can't really see too much. But on to the last ability, which is called Shotgun Kick, which is actually a breaching shotgun on your calf that discharges when you melee doors or enemies, and it requires shotgun ammo. So I'm assuming this is the passive, I'm not too sure, but if it is, that is a really cool passive. I'm not too sure what happens when you melee with the shotgun, because it could be a few different things, like it instantly breaks doors in one hit, or maybe it does more damage to enemies. I'm not really too sure, but we'll just have to wait and see. On to the next leaked legend. His name is Immortal, the Shield Support. The first ability is called Shield Charger, and it unleashes a cloud of nanites to charge your team's shields. Hopefully it doesn't take too long to charge your team's shields, but if it were instant, it would probably be too overpowered. On to the next ability, which is called Rise of the Phoenix, and it restores your health and shields to full and gives nearby teammates 30 seconds of self-revive, and it takes 8 seconds to charge. So honestly, this Rise of the Phoenix ability seems really crazy. Hopefully it's the ultimate, but I'm not really 100% positive. But I'm not really too mad at it because I did start out as a Lifeline main, and this character definitely does seem somewhat similar to Lifeline because he is very good at healing his teammates as well as himself. But the next ability is called Hard to Kill. So when you get downed, you can still self-revive yourself and you don't have to have a gold knockdown shield. And the last ability is called Shield Teardowns. When you hit an enemy with a cloud of nanites, it kills their shields for a short period of time. So it does sound pretty cool. Hopefully that short period of time isn't too long, because then it might be a little overpowered, because if you hit multiple enemies and they instantly lose all their shield, it would be really easy to come in and squad wipe with like a P2020 hammer points or a Mozambique. But on to the second to last leaked legend named Rampart. The Base of Fire is his nickname, and the first ability is called Amped Cover. This makes it so you can build cover that provides a damage boost to anyone standing behind it. Obviously there is going to be somewhat of a radius behind the cover, but the next ability is called My Friend Maxim, and you can place a mounted machine gun that anyone in the squad can use, and it uses heavy ammo, so you do have to have a lot of heavy ammo. But the fact that we heard about this mounted machine gun is really insane, because we have had turrets leaked in the game for some time now, so maybe that is the type of turret that this character is using. But on to the next ability, which is called Fixer. And before I get into the other ones, there's a few other abilities, since obviously they're still working on which type of skills they want to give this legend, and I'm sure they're going to change a few things. But the next ability is called Fixer. So when you're swapping to melee, you equip a wrench that you can use to repair structures. Now I'm not 100% positive what this repair structures means. Maybe it is the Amped Cover, or maybe it will go along with another type of legend that we haven't heard about yet. But the next skill that that is listed is called cover fire. So when you're firing from cover, it overcharges your gun damage, so you can get even more damage when you are behind that cover. And the second to last ability is called Gunner, and I think it is a passive. It makes you have LMGs with increased magazine capacity, and you can reload faster. So if you have a Spitfire as well as a level 3 extended heavy mag, then it might be pretty insane with this ability. So we might actually have to go back to the Spitfire spray meta. Hopefully it won't be like that. But the last thing is an extra ability, and it allows you to pick up your cover and move it around. On to the last leaked legend named Valk, and the nickname of this character is the Soaring Aviator. The first ability is called VTOL Jets, and you can just hold this ability to hover in the air using your jets that you have on your back. And the next ability is called Skyward, and you and your nearby allies take to the skies after a short cooldown. So I'm assuming you hit this ability, and then all of your teammates and you after a few seconds then go into the air, and you can go back down and you can drop just as if you had just hit a jump tower or a balloon. And the last ability is called Afterburners, and after the initial drop, aka the initial landing from dropping from the dropship, Valk and her teammates fly faster while skydiving, so you can rotate across the map a lot faster than any other legend. Make sure to comment down below which legend you are most excited for. If you enjoyed the video, then make sure to hit that like button. It really does help me out a ton. And if you're new to the channel, then hit that sub button and turn on that notification bell for daily Apex videos. It's also completely free. Before I end the video, if you are interested in finding other people to play ranked with or discuss updates, leaks, and concepts, and all that type of good stuff, then join the Sethly Squad Discord and hang out with some people in the community. But it's been your boy Sethly, and I'm out.